Yo, what up? Editor guy here. Arthars went through the entire Taiwan Aion 2 broadcast live and translated what was being said. This video cuts out the Chinese parts to only leave Arthur's translation in everything except the gameplay segment. If you want to watch the original Taiwan broadcast or the uncut translation stream, both will be at the top of the description below. With that out of the way, enjoy the video.
Basically, he's saying that they have been, these last 2 months since the last broadcast, they've been like, super testing the game to make the game better. They are trying to make the best. Yo, I swear to God, I know this name. This person worked in Final Fantasy XIV before. I saw her at FanFest. I saw her as a staff at FanFest. And she just joined this group. 2 parts of this live letter, I guess I call it live letter. First part is after the, ever since the last broadcast, they wanted to address some of the questions that the viewers has been asking and wanted to know. So this first part, maybe they're going to address it. They got a lot of feedback from the previous podcast. So they will try to go into more details. PvP, PvE, they will explain. This podcast is going to be very exciting. Please don't miss it. It's an exciting podcast. I mean, let's be honest. Clicking through earlier, I'm very excited. This podcast, they will announce the media tour for the Taiwan players. So because Korea already announced it, now Taiwan, they can start announcing it also. They are taking feedback from chat and then they will just address it live. They are improving the UI. They are making flying and even swimming better right now because the flying system is very large scale. You can even fly in almost all zones. They also play the game today. They added in a lot of systems. The gameplay is with finesse. Very good. Yeah. Why did this game take so long to finally launch this game? Please look forward to it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. After clicking earlier, I immediately is invested already. It only took me 2 clicks, and this is what I want to watch already. Like the first impression is fucking insane. This girl on the left is such a PR person. She's a saleswoman. She keep emphasizing follow the social media, make sure you follow the news. You have to follow the news, get updated. First part is fact check. I think they want to do this segment because a lot of people think that it's a mobile game. So I think the feedback is that there are some elephant in the room they want to address. Yeah, there's some misunderstanding about this game. So they need to take this section to explain. Okay, this one actually I was thinking about it the very first time I know this also. So you only got 8 actions. Just because there's only 8 actions, does this mean that this game is gonna be very brain dead and mainly catered towards mobile game? Now, just now when I saw the combat, spoilers, and I look at some additional like auto action, auto attack buttons combined, I feel like the combat is pretty fast, man, even for 8 buttons. Let them cook, yeah. So in Korea, there's a lot of like concern because Korea players, they only press 8 button. They were wondering, is 8 button gonna be too easy to play? Is it really catered to mobile? Will this make the game more boring instead, you know? I love how in Korea and in Taiwan, the first question being asked by the community is if 8 button is enough. Will 8 button be boring? Although there's only 8 button, that doesn't mean there's only 8 actions. There's about 40 plus actions. There are DPS action, there are utility action, and there are buffs, I think. There's a lot of different actions. You need to know which action to set for which encounters, basically. So you can't just use 8 action. You need to utilize all 40. You just need to know when to use which for which situation. Yeah. PvP and PvE is completely different. So there are PvP action, PvE action, there's like AoE, there's like single target, there's like boss, so you need to set different. Rather than having irrelevant action in certain situation, it's more important that you only got 8 buttons, but you know what button you need to set. It's not as easy as you guys think pressing 8 buttons. You need to know which 8 button you need to set and use in different situations, basically. That's the point number 1. So the players are asking, because flying is the main part about Aion, does this mean that you need to get great wings to play the game, to compete? So does this mean that you need to spend a lot of money? Wings in Aion 2 this time is not gonna be like stats related. It's mainly just cosmetic. The producer is like saying, we already said it before. We are not trying to like monetize everything. The wings is just cosmetic. We said it before already. So you don't pay gas swipe for wings. Okay, good question actually. Because this is the type of things that kill MMORPG open world. They were asking, does this mean that every zone you can fly? Doesn't this make open world content kind of irrelevant? Because why would you need to navigate? Why would you need to be careful? Why did you need to clear your path? Why did you need to kill mobs? In a way, it's true. A lot of video games, flying kills the open world a little bit, you know? So like, if you can always fly, doesn't mean that if you are being, you know, attacked by mobs, you can just fly away. You know, so basically, there's no risk, right? So a lot of people in the Korean media tour is like saying, after they play it, because you can fly anytime you want, they had to make restrictions so that the moment you're being attacked, you cannot fly. Well, the moment you're in combat, you cannot fly. I mean, makes sense, common sense, right? But I think that's basic minimum feature, right? Okay. So your Asmodean and your Helios is in different server. So because they are in different server, how are you gonna do PvP and realm versus realm? The reason why they separate the server is because they want to make each faction balanced. So it wouldn't be, if one faction got too many people, then the server will be heavy loaded and everybody cannot play the game. So they want to make Asmodean and Helios server so that they can balance the population. But this doesn't mean that you cannot PvP with other faction because they are in different server. There will still be rifting. There will be event that will be triggered. You do the event and then you will be transferred over to that server. So basically, nothing changed, right? Yeah, like I said, so basically nothing changed. How you PvP and how you realm versus realm is the same as Aion 1. It's just that now they are being separated into servers just for better load. So let's just say if a fraction of these people do the event and get transferred to the, Helios transfer the Asmodean server to PvP, then the PvP happens there. So then your Helios server is still chill, Yeah, probably do that, yeah. Cool. There's no auto combat, okay? Aion 2 will not have auto combat because people think that it's a mobile game. That means there will be auto battle. So now the question is asked, if there is no auto combat, then why do you want to make mobile compatibility? This one is the biggest question in everybody's mind. Is this a mobile game? Is this a PC game? The main philosophy of this game doesn't match with auto combat. So whether it's PC or mobile, no auto combat was planned. The reason they make the mobile version is not because they want you to 24/7 auto grind. The only reason there is a mobile compatibility is just so that you don't have to sit in front of your PC to play this game while doing the more casual stuff. You can go on your mobile device and do the more relaxing stuff. Dude, real talk, almost every game should do something like that. Like how Final Fantasy XIV you can play on Steam Deck. When you are playing on PlayStation 4, you can sync it with your Vita and play it on your toilet bowl and gathering. You know what I mean? A lot of games have done that. I feel like most games should start considering that. So that your game is mainly played on PC, but you can still play it on smaller device. Like that's why a lot of people is asking, right? When is Final Fantasy XIV is gonna be able to play on Switch so that you can play on the go. Now, not everybody owns a Switch. Not everybody owns a PlayStation Vita. Not everybody owns a Steam Deck. But everybody owns a mobile phone. So I feel like most games should consider moving into the direction also, where you can play mainly the game on PC, but then when you want to do relaxing stuff or you are out there and you just want to, check your plans, check the market board, check your retainer, you can do it on your mobile phone. I do think that cross-compatibility to mobile device just for quality of life should be considered like part of the main QOL in video games moving forward, Yeah, it's just mainly for conveniency. They don't want to restrict you to one place to play the game. They don't want you to think that you can just play the game on mobile at the same time. So the mobile version is only like a supplement to the game so that you can just do more less try-hard quality of life stuff on the mobile device rather than making you think that this is a mobile game and can or should be played on mobile. Obviously, even though they say this multiple times, she can see that there's still a lot of suspicious or uncertainty that, is this really the case? Is this really the case? Are you sure? Are you sure? So there's still a lot of doubts. Yeah. Then, you got people that are saying that, okay, so there's no auto combat, but you want to let it be playable on mobile, then how do I play it with my mobile device? Okay, so even though this game can be run on mobile, you might think that maybe there should be some autoplay feature functionality, just mobile players don't need to press this much button. Like for example, maybe you can auto kill skills, maybe you can auto attack. So on PC you have to press 111. But maybe on mobile you press one time and then you would just do 111. But no, she says no. She says even though there are things that mobile can have a better quality of life playing the game on mobile, but if you want to press your rotation, every single thing needs to be manual input. There's nothing automated on mobile at all. Everything is still manual. This is a PC game. The mobile compatibility is only for quality of life. It's only for conveniency. It's not how you should and can play the game mainly. Dude, honestly, 5 very important questions. Yeah, no bullshit, straight to the point. Okay, now they're gonna go into the part that what are the main thing about this game compared to the previous one? What are the new things? What are the biggest thing about, the appeal of Aion 2 versus Aion 1? They are making this game for basically everybody. Some people like to do the story, some people like to do the, oh my god, this sounds like Final Fantasy XIV. They want to make sure that this game can appeal to every type of players, basically. Now they're gonna implement the game content. They're gonna talk about everything about Aion 2. Yeah, they're gonna start from PvE. Solo PvE. Solo instances. There's also like obviously party instances. For those casual solo players. Yeah. You got mini games, a solo instance. Okay, cut the crap. Let's just introduce content immediately. That's literally what she said. Okay, so there is nightmare dungeons. Challenging content. So there's like 10 tiers of this content for end gamers. This is like I mean, I'm just doing direct translation, man. Like, they have Nightmare Dungeon that's like 10 tiers. In order to do the next tier, you need to do the previous tiers. So this content is mainly for like, you have some self-satisfaction when you progress, and then at the same time provides like a competition, like makes you feel that you're competing with one another to, progress the levels. Yeah, the 10 levels. Now, difficulty, obviously, we don't know. We haven't played the game yet. Nobody plays the game yet. Nobody knows, like, is this considered a savage? Is it considered actually? Nobody knows. It's just, content introduction. So they have Nightmare Dungeon in 10 tiers. TLDR. This one is sealed content. So far, based on her introductions, feels like fates. So along the maps, there will be content that is on the maps. There's about 60, 70 plus of them. Okay, so like there's like obviously high level, low level, and also there is also a possibility that you have to go to the other faction / server to do the content. So you might be doing PvE, but at the same time, there's a chance that because you have to do it on the other server, the other faction, this means that you might also be facing PvP threats. So please take care of yourself. Now, this doesn't sound like Fate anymore. This sounds like open world events, but these events can also happen on the other faction, which then means that there might also be PvP. Again, we have no reference point. So if I were to use Aion 1 for an example, this might be like a Ragnarok, Minoshio's type of stuff, I guess. Maybe not all of them are that large scale, obviously, but maybe there's some reward, maybe something you can get, but then, there are competing faction people that might actually come over. Like, for example, if there is a Fate in Asmo side, and this Fate, let's just say, give 10 mana stones, or 10 enchantment stones. Enchantment stones and mana stones are pretty valuable, right? Some tryhards from the other faction might actually come over to do it also. Because, to them, maybe it's like, yo, we can get some enchantment stone, we can get some mana stones, at the same time we get some PvP. Most likely we're gonna get fucked. That's why the producer says, sometimes you need to understand that when you go to the other server and do the sealed content, there's a chance that you may be overpowered, so proceed with cautions. So maybe like, some tryhard will be like, oh shit, yo, let's go over and PvP while we can maybe get some enchantment stones. So you know what I mean? Like, so basically like an open world Fate, but can be PvP. Kind of interesting, yeah? Right now, a lot of people are wondering what the fuck does it exactly mean? So they say, don't worry, later we will show footage to introduce every single one of these content. Okay. Awaken battles. I'm doing direct translation, okay? Awaken battles. So basically it's 4 tiers, and think about it like time trials mainly. Not 4 tiers, I'm sorry. It's like a 4-step process. You have to do like navigate, do 3 rooms of mobs, and then after that you fight a boss. Okay, the reward is based on every step. So every step there's an objective that you need to do. Every time you finish a step and finish an objective, you get reward. But if you don't, then no reward for you. You have to finish to get reward. But I think what he also means is that reward is probably being given per step, so you don't have to clear the whole thing. Okay. Those are all solo content, okay? What is introduced here are solo content. So these are like your solo 10 tier of, you can solo fates, but obviously you can also team up with people, and obviously there's PvP, and then obviously you got a solo instances. Some of them are from story also, where you can also get rewards from them. And then after that you got your time trials. So these are your solo content. These are group PvE content. These are 1 to 4 man dungeons. And you can choose difficulty. You can choose exploration difficulty, or you can choose like conquer difficulty. Classic example of this is your fire temple. So basically normal dungeons. Man, why are these 2 girls so toxic, man? They are laughing at him. His Chinese is really bad, yes, but he's trying his best. And then she's glazing now. She's like, well, before you proceed, let me comment that you're trying your best. Some of the channels is like, guys, he's trying his best. He's struggling. Why are you making him speak Chinese? Oh, he's Korean. That's why his Chinese is struggling. He is Korean. Bruh, a Korean able to speak Chinese? That's crazy. So why is he being forced to speak Chinese? Because if he don't speak Chinese, you guys wouldn't understand. So he's trying his best to speak Chinese here, and he's struggling with it, but he wants to get the point across. I don't know whether you can do it solo, but even if you queue in solo and if you are doing solo, people can still join you. Like basically like Duty Finder, like people can just join you. Yeah, they want to just make it so that anybody can do it together or not together. Yeah, I don't know whether you can restrict it to solo or 2-man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's saying that sometimes when you're playing with Parks and sometimes they move weirdly and they play like shit, you can kick them so that other people can join you instead.
对啊，所以不仅呢，这个可以防止就是有
There is an awkward silence. You can't do that in Final Fantasy XIV, man. This producer is stepping across the line. So basically, he's like saying that, if you are doing this 4-man dungeon, and if somebody suck, you can just kick them. But don't worry, it'll be easier to fill in. So, they want to do this system because they don't want one person to hold the party hostage. They don't want to make you feel that you are being grieved by one person. So you can kick people and then you can replace them. They want to make this so that everybody can enjoy how to play PvE together properly. What can I say? Final Fantasy XIV is, if the person suck, please hold his hand. Please carry him. Even though he cannot do his rotation, even though he play like shit, don't say anything bad about him. Just carry him, get it done with, and move on, But then in here, it's like, if this person is griefing you, you can kick them, remove them, and then you can easily replace people to proceed and enjoy the content properly. Yeah. Okay, so this second mode is like a challenge mode, like a leaderboard kind of thing. So you can do your normal dungeon and then you can also earn points. Points comes from number of mobs you kill, how fast you clear the dungeon, how many rewards that you get, or I guess, conditions that you meet. The final score will be based on all these factors. Yeah. So it's like a leaderboard dungeon. There are rewards that come with the rankings. It's not like a direct competition or something. So it's more like if you meet S rank, you get S rank reward. If you meet A rank, you get A rank reward. Now, obviously, that you can be bragging, right? Oh, I clear faster than you. I clear in 15 minutes. You clear in 14, but it's both S tier. Both people get S tier rewards. Yeah. So it's like a ranking dungeon with ranking reward. Yeah. Yeah. So even though there's like a leaderboard, but you don't really need to beat one another or be first, second, or third place to earn reward. As long as you meet the tier, you get a reward. But obviously, it's a leaderboard. That can still be bragging, right? And sense of achievement. Yeah. Chatters are like, say, how did you just skim through the PowerPoint slide and didn't show us anything? And then she's like, yeah, just going through all the points. So if you stay tuned, we will talk about the content later. I can't wait, man. These are ranking mode. Also, obviously, you can kick people. And obviously, there's refill easy. But I think what she's about to say is, obviously, you are doing a rank mode. So most likely, you are doing with 4-man. So you don't need to worry too much. But they still have the system in place just so that, Okay, basically, they don't want your... basically, they don't want your Mythic Plus key to be bricked while you are halfway in. They want you to be able to, let's just say you're going with a 4-man or you're PFing it and then somebody DC, you can still fill in, basically. This mode is, obviously still a 4-man dungeon. But this one has a limited amount of deaths. If you reach a certain amount of death, it's a wipe. So I guess it's like a higher level challenge. 8-man content. There's 8-man content. They didn't really talk much about the 8-man content. Yeah. It's just that there is 8-man content. Okay, here comes the PvP. Okay, so there's 1v1 and 4v4 arena. No flying in the arena. Okay, battlefield. Battlefield 8v8. Obviously, there's a main objective. I guess like Dragon. Yeah. So Dragons are 8v8, I guess. The 4v4 is just straight up 4v4. No bullshit. No objective, just straight up 4 versus 4, fight to the death. And then this one is like your Dragon, I guess. Yeah, with some PvE or objective. It's kind of like Guild Wars 2, I guess. Okay, this one is the most important PvP content. Siege. Okay, so there's sieging. Woo! So compared to like in Aion 1, where you just conquer, you can literally keep it forever. And obviously, if you conquer on the opposite faction, means that you permanently hold it. That means you can always just go there. But in Aion 2, they're gonna do some systematic changes. Yes, you can siege, but after a certain amount of time, I think it will reset. I think it's fair. If your one faction is always like powering through and conquer one, then you can never take it back, then over time, you are just always behind. For the game balance, especially for a PvP game, realm versus realm game, you need the balance so that one faction don't feel that if they lose, it snowball. So like, let's just say, for example, if they capture a fortress, And let's just say the fortress has got PvE content, and the PvE content gives you extra reward. This means that now maybe once you conquer a fortress, there is like a time limit that this fortress will be open to you because you conquered it. But within this time limit, you have to go and do it. And if you don't do it, the fortress will change back. After it changes back, it means that the original faction that owns it can then go back to do it again. So in a way, it's like nobody's going to miss reward. Basically, TLDR. So whether you are an Asmodean and you are losing, or you are an Ilios and you are losing, it doesn't matter, because you are not going to miss out on this instance just because you never get it back. So both factions will get to enjoy the content. The only thing is, obviously, I mean, the thrill, right? The thrill of realm versus realm. This is also and ground PvP. It's going to be more fun than Aion 1 sieging. And obviously, Abyss points. Gain Abyss point, you can gain ranking, you can change into deity, and obviously exchange PvP gear. And when you die, you will lose Abyss points. Ooh. Okay, so Abyss point is still going to be the most important currency. Seemingly, PvPing is still going to be the main content of this game. Even though they are extending a lot to PvE, but PvP, they're going to do a lot more. People in the chat are asking, can we see some gameplay? And then she's like, guys, chill the fuck down. We are explaining it later. We will play the game for sure. Just shut the fuck up and wait. Okay, casual content. So what is your most casual content in this game? Okay, so you got your daily dungeon. Okay, I mean dailies basically. What is this? Okay, so it's like your golden saucer. This has nothing to do with combat. TLDR, this is their golden saucer. Okay, that's it. So they chop, go through. So casual content, you got your dailies, and obviously you got your golden saucer. TLDR. Time to play the game. Standard character customization. I don't need to explain. Lighting, clothing, voices. Chatters are like saying that we don't want to see guys' character, we want to see girls' character. Okay, they say if you want to make a guy, you might as well make him bald. Man, their character customization is top notch, man. Korean game character customization is just unparalleled. It's just so good. I mean, part of the game, main game to a lot of Korean players. Yeah, just use presets so that we can start seeing gameplay. They haven't shown Asmodeans, right? All we only saw is Ilios, right? Bruh, they can. Yeah. Yo, this producer knows what's up. I was just about to say, you cannot say that on the live stream. Just now when they show this and the two girls is like, whoa, nah, don't use this. This one is not that pretty. And the guy is like, yo, you cannot say that. The producer is like, you cannot say that. Everybody's got their own preference. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. A chatter is asking, can we use a presets from other players so we don't have to do ourselves? Yo, let's be honest, man. You are playing a Korean game. You're going to be spending 1 hour here. Because you want to make the most beautiful one. Or the most ugliest one, the most memey one. If you're an American, completely different story. American will make the most fuggliest character. I don't know why. Dude, their customization is way too much. Okay, I need somebody to make me a Tifa or 2B. So that I can just import. There's no way I spend time here, man. Somebody better make it. I want someone in Taiwan to do it, and then I can save the preset, and then I take the preset and I use it on global. You know that someone is gonna make the fuggliest character. It's gonna be like, and then this person is gonna run around like, I'm gonna make my character called Majiro McQueen, and then he's gonna be a tiny little widget in purple and just run. Whoa. No! Dude, they developed this game for 10 years. Can you imagine working in this company and make this game for 10 years? How old are you now? Your game hasn't even released. But finally, after 10 years, somebody can see something, you know? If you think about it, as a developer, working on a project for 10 years, you go to work, you come back from work, you can't talk about it, nobody knows what you are doing. You can't assure people that you are doing a good project. You can't tell people what project you're doing 10 years. For 10 years, you're working on this, in and out, daily, in and out. Obviously, you work on something else on the side, obviously, right? But like, 10 years working on this. Oh, yeah. Whoa, the physics, yeah! One thing about character customization that I think a lot of games, not all, a lot of games fail to show is, bro, just give us centimeters. I don't want a scale of 1 to 100. I don't know. In the character customization screen, we can't tell. No, don't go to the game first. Booba size. Booba size is the most important. Yes! Bro, max it out, man. What are you doing? Ooh. Fuck man, the game looks so good, man.
我现在这个是照明的关系，
白天所以比较亮一点。
有正向。
Dude, the game looks so fucking good.
白天，我这边是靠近海的部分。
我们展示一下细节给大家。
漂亮吗？
对。
然后现在这个是远地看的。然后我旁边的这个是我的宠物。
对，旁边右下角那只。
打了它，拿到的不是抽卡的，这是免费的。
Free pet. No need to pay gas swipe.
现在有些那就安静了。
可能是对，因为
然后如果是
The pet is free.
它是坐骑嘛，可是它每一个都不一样。如果是狗，很像狗让那样子的话，就
Oh, so the pet is like your mount.
狗跟狼，
对啊，它是
对每一种坐骑的坐
然后它是
姿都不一样。
很像蝴蝶那样子的嘛，所以如果我坐，
所以 like this is a pet.
对，
This is a pet butterfly.
不是坐在它
So
身
when
上
you
是有点
use
被
it as
扶
a
拎起来
mount, it will be a butterfly mount. But this is not a
这是
flying
游戏里
mount.
面的坐骑
不同的坐骑有不同的这个骑乘的方式。
对，没错。
可以跟我们的特工队准备一下副本吗？
特工队准备一下副本，好，没问题。因为我们等一下你这么着急要展示副本了，是不是？
不是
我们要先请他们做好准备。
我们还有没有什么我们的这个 UI 的界面要介绍给大家？
要介绍了。
然后我们是不是可以给大家看一下翅膀啊？
翅膀好，翅膀。
哦，就是飞在游戏内里面的感觉哦，大家。
Dude, the flying looks so smooth. But air combat is gonna be shit. We all know that.
这个就是飞在空中。
Hopefully, you'll be better than Aion 1.
感觉。
Otherwise, air combat is garbage.
翅膀超大的。
对。
But the flying looks so much better.
这个是飞行的样子。
Yeah, the flying feels way smoother.
飞行的样子。
那它有没有什么一些特殊动作？
因为界面是第一次公开的嘛。
对，
因为之前
第一次公开。
因为这样的状态，大家都以为是什么？这个是
因为我们
不是真实的，不是。
Yeah, this is actually their first time showing in-game footage. Because every time we see all this stuff, it's all trailers, and people are wondering there's no way the game looks so good in game. So this is the first time they show the game in game.
可能玩家的这个你们的
I'm very surprised.
的声音其实是有
How good it looks
音质
like.
也是很美的。
这样会。BGM 我们有调稍微大声一点，这样子大家还是没听到吗？
然后我要说一下，就是刚刚我们说了我们的技能栏位是1到8，
对，
很多那个参加 FFXIV 的人也是这么说的，可是其实不是那样子，因为我们
Okay, he's explaining the hotbar.
还有 Q、E、R、T，R 跟 T 是我们的左键跟右键，所以我们 Q 跟 E 也是每一个状况都不一样的技能搭配在。
Okay, so you got 1 to 8 and Q and E. R and T is your left and right click.
里面
So left and right click is probably your auto
如果
attack.
敌人是什么状态，他也会随时敌人的状态就跟着敌人的状态会变其他技能。然后。
那1到1、2、3、4啊，就是刚刚说这个1、2、3、4按键啊，就是我们的基本技能。
基本的。
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Real talk. 1, 2, 3, 4 is perfect. I can tell you right now, after playing Guild Wars, I hate pressing number 5. Number 5 is that button no one wants to press. Number 5 is a out of way button. You usually set number 5 as like maybe a silence button, a button that you press once every 30 seconds. You don't want to press 5. 5 is not a fun button to press, you know what I mean? Like for me, my 5 is my true north. In World of Warcraft, my 5 is my silence. You know what I mean? Like in Guild Wars, number 5 is such an important button. I hate pressing number 5. 1 to 4 is perfect. Yeah, 5 to 6 is too far already. That's why when I play Battlefield, I hate pressing number 6. That's why when I play Battlefield, I was looking for the number 6 key to rebind, but I can't. You know?
那5、6、7、8就是刚刚有介绍到的。
Number 6 is too far already. 1 to 5 is max. But if you ask me, 1 to 4 is perfect. Basic action. So basically combo you want to press, like your ability. Your most important ability stops at 4. Like let's just say you're mashing button, right? You're mashing your ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is max. If one of your key combo is on number 5, it becomes very annoying. 6, unplayable. Personally. So 1 to 4 is perfect. Like 5, 6, 7, 8, I can do it on mouse. Now you can say that, well, then if it's number 5 is an action, you can also do it on. No, I don't want to. I don't want like when I press my combo, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my 5 need to be on the mouse, right? I want my combo buttons to just be 1, 2, 3, 4. My main DPS button, the button that I mash the most should be just 1, 2, 3, 4.
技能的设定组合就是我们刚刚说的非常重要了。
对，很重要。这个每个状况，如果是 PVP 还有 PVE， 还有 RVR， 个人想要使用的技能都不一样嘛。
Okay, so what is Q and E? I guess it's just do more action.
对。
然后我们
近一点来看看。
有一些
I don't like to press Q and E. Personally, I don't like to press Q and E because when you press Q and E, your fingers are off your A and D. Kind of don't like it because while you're moving and then you have to press Q and E, you cannot strafe left and right. You will have to do some like mouse movement shenanigan, or you have to do some like some different hand movement. I kind of don't like it. Now, I wish I'm like a new MMO player. Then I would say that I don't mind it. But it's like playing on the PlayStation controller, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We used to play video games with a Nintendo, with a Sega controller. You know what I mean? Nowadays, when people play on the PlayStation, this is how they play. You guys know what I'm talking about? Some people use controller like this. They call it the claw stance. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Nowadays, people play on a controller like this. You know? I can't. I can only play controller like this. I cannot put 4 fingers on the top button. I can only do this. You know, so it's more like a habit.
刚刚你有那个翅膀了吗？
So like on keyboard is the same.
哦。
Whoa!
你好。
哇，刚刚那画面不错。
Nice.
跳舞。
还可以跳舞，还可以跳舞。好啦，大家不要着急，真的会打给你们看。
好，然后我们。
好，现在这是
No, A and E.
炫耀翅膀
E is just you have to sacrifice. Yeah. You will have to sacrifice movement. You will have to learn your mouse movement while you press Q and E. As like spamming action, especially if they are spamming actions. You can't spam E while you're strafing right, for example.
大家觉得怎么样呢？有什么任何的这个意见都可以在
Bro, the game
聊
looks
天室
beautiful,
来
man.
告诉我们哦。如果刚好
This game
看到
looks so
我们
fucking
捏脸的
good.
玩家呢，你也可以注意看看我们这个在捏脸大厅的这个角色的样子，跟实际进入游戏之后的样子其实是没有差别的。
对，没错。
Yeah, this game
好，
looks
我们
amazing.
要不要来准备战斗呢？
They are prepping for instance. They are prepping for the dungeon, so they are
你们
waiting.
想要看？
这要看啊，要打副
应该是要啦，对啊。
而且刚好我在旁边显示了
火之神殿。对啊。
的任务。
Classic level 37 Fire Temple.
那我们是不是就来打火之神殿？
我看他们已经在里面。
对，然后这边强行进入就是。
Oh, they are already in there already.
展现刚刚强调很多次的强行。
Okay, so you can just go in. You can just brute force and go into current instance.
3个人已经在里面
了，对。
打，然后我是第4个，我想进去。
对。
然后现在这个部分是我们刚刚小婷有介绍过，说过我们的原证有。
2个难易度，
对，探险跟征服。
Okay, there's 2 types of difficulty as they expect. Oh, wait.
征服是比较难。
Different reward must be different reward, right?
探险跟征服。
Okay, different reward. Okay.
征服，我们今天要打的是征服。
征服是比较难的部分。
好。难。
There's a story difficulty and a normal difficulty.
好，飞过去。
Okay, now this is the one thing I like and I don't like about MMOs. I don't like the fact that you can click one fucking button and go to the instance. Like, I personally do not like that. I feel like when you can do this, this means that a lot of player interactions are gone. Like, okay, in a game like Aion, I feel like if you got 3 people in the instance and you are not in the instance, you should fly to the instance. Because as you fly to the instance, you might have PvP. You might have trouble getting there. Then you need your teammate to come out to help you. Then you get some PvP action. But if you do game now all games do stuff like this, right? This is not like a specific Aion complaint or anything. But I personally just feel that in an MMO, being able to just queue into duty like that kind of defeats a little bit, just a little bit of MMO. It saves you a lot of time, but it kills a little bit of like MMO aspect. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. I don't like it in any video games I ever played. In a gacha game, sure. In a mobile game, sure. But when I play a MMORPG, I don't like it. But here's the problem. Nowadays, because of all the QOL that many games are doing right now, cross-region, cross-realm, cross-server. So you can't really like expect them to like come out of the dungeon, go to your world and escort you there, right? That wouldn't work anymore, right? So like in a way, it's more like, I feel like quality of life transcended a lot of like this fun factor in an MMO, you know?
飞过去了，瞬间移动很方便，真的很方便。
Yeah, it is convenient. Like you said, it's very convenient. Yes, I agree. But the conveniency is somewhat kill stuff. That is why at the very beginning, when the Q&A section, when players are immediately asking, because you can fly even in normal area now, does this mean that the open world aspect is going to be diminished? Right? Oh, you got a pile of mob here. You need to go beyond that. Just fly over. Why do I need to navigate through? Why do I need to kill mobs through? You know what I mean? So like, you know, even players are asking already, right? If open world can just, you know, fly, like, then what is the point of open world navigation, you know?
打开了，我看一
Because
下。
it diminishes some fun, right?
这是我们副本的火之神殿的地图，然后这边还有这些地方
都有船点，
他们已经刻印了，所以我要过去喽。
Okay, you can use shortcut also.
现在就是我们过去这个伙伴们的地方。
对，哦，他们已经在这边。
哇哦，好，对小伙伴们，
守护星、魔道星还有治愈星。
好，大家可以一次看到这个4种的职业。
I cannot believe these are actual in-game footage. They look so good.
好，那你们
我前面看到罗坦，这个什么
这个罗坦应该是原作中里面一块了。
好，大家仔细看一下哦，我们这个真实游戏画面。
He's only using auto attacks. I need him to use the skill more.
技能的展现啊，等等这些，大家都可以仔细的看一下。
真的是实际玩给大家看哦。
This is the first time they show footage, by the way. Like, on public, in public.
有那个火喷下来那个。
用一个大家都要打它，所以表示在上面这个数字看不到。
对，上面这个45。
He's using that target, right? Yeah. But the way he's looking, he's like playing it in action. I guess they are used to it, so it's like a muscle memory thingy probably. Like for me, I don't need to change my camera to keep looking at a mob like that, right? Unless, you know, like PvP, for example, also, you want to just use that target. You don't want to use action in PvP. But I heard that action is better for PvE.
从上面一直掉下来，这个火石还是这个叫什么？陨石吗？所以要关这个。
Okay, he's talking about like some of the mechanics that you see all those things that drop down from the sky. That's just a dungeon mechanic. You need to click those things to remove it. Otherwise, you just have to keep dodging it.
对，所以大家不要觉得这个技能很少的感觉，其实还是要一直按。
Yeah, so they are like emphasizing like you notice that he has to press a fuck ton of buttons, even though he's not pressing a lot of buttons. But even like normal combat, he's pressing a lot of buttons. So don't feel like, don't just because up to this point they never show any gameplay. Don't think that because this is mobile compatible means that combat is slow or there's auto combat or you don't have to put in effort. You have to press a lot of buttons.
这边 Q 跟 E 这边中间会及时弹出。
有人说5090准备好了。
那这个呢是我们的这个中间的首领。
That snapshot, I have no idea.
红火花伊格努斯。
对，名字中。
对。
Looks like there is.
名字真超长，红火花伊格努斯。
而且
Let's access.
好，这是比较红。
Too close to tell.
Hmm.
That snapshot. Seems like yes, right? Now, for me, I feel that if the animation hasn't come out, and if you get hit, that means it's snapshot. Like right here, right? Let's just say right here, right? Even though this looks barely, but if this thing hasn't hit the ground, it shouldn't hit me. So in a way, yes, this is snapshot, right?
对，名字真超长，红火花伊格努斯。
而且你看哦，守护星在前面，我们在后面打，所以。
Okay, this is the one part that I kind of. The fact that I have to do positional even as a range. Because if this part he's talking about how you notice he's always trying to go to the back of the boss, that is actually back hit. So like if you normal hit, you see it's white damage, critical, obviously classic critical damage, right? Right, but if you stay at the back, there's back critical. Now I assume black critical is 100%. Yeah, so there's positionals you want to hit. Now positionals for melee is easy because we are near to the boss, we do small movement. But positional as a range, it's kind of difficult to hit, you know? Yeah, you see, like, the further the monster is, the harder it is to get positionals as a range.
Oh.
Okay, he's definitely getting hit here. Bro, this guy is fucking griefing, man.
操作的感觉，远景的话完全是看不太清楚，
可能有点自顾不暇，有啦。
对啊，对，我们等一下调整一下。
Dude, the game looks amazing. That telegraphs clear, mechanic basic, but gets the point across. I think it's very easy for people to understand. And this is just normal dungeon, right? If you think about it, like Lost Ark is also like that. Very easy to understand things, you know? Very easy. Now, hopefully the UI is draggable. Hopefully. I hate having to see bosses HP up here. I don't want to track down here, track up here, track down here, track up here. So hopefully it's customizable. Hopefully I can drag this thing down. Hopefully.
听到这个瑞的这个按这个按键的声音，这是其实也是真的很吃你的手指的这个。
Yeah, like they are explaining, like you can see, like even though this is like just a normal dungeon boss, but if you look at the normal gameplay, you look at the amount of button he has to press, the movement he has to do, the game is not slow pace or easy at all. You have to you have to do a lot of manual inputs, you know. They want to emphasize that because a lot of people think that this is a mobile game. This is not a mobile game. The mobile compatibility is only for QOL, conveniency. The core gameplay, you have to play on PC, mouse and keyboard.
Oh, 我闪避了。
刚刚是闪避。
You got your stagger. You got your stagger bar, obviously, which then means that you need to set ability to burn stagger bar based on bosses, based on fights. So like, again, even though there's only 8 buttons and, you know, 2 extra, 10 buttons, even though there's only 10 buttons and 2 mouse clicks, even though there's 10 buttons and 2 mouse clicks, but, you know, you have to use a lot of different skills to, depend on situation, depend on bosses, depends on encounter.
招式闪避机制。
我们上一次直播有介绍过的。
对，我们采用招式闪避机制。
我们的角色还可以再靠近吗？就是它画面还可以再近吗？还是就是这样？
都可以啊，因为我是远距离的，所以我故意在原地。
啊，好，那我们
还有这个地方，这种地方大家都记得吗？
这个要小心飞，对，
没有飞好就会死翘翘哦。
They actually make like 1-to-1 to eat the base game also. Like that flying part was mandatory also.
这里也是刻印的传点。那如果像刚刚如果强行进入的队友，就可以透过这个传点直接飞来这个位置。
This is the going to Kromede.
好，
这个呢
It's the same world, right? It's just like what 200 years ago later or something.
的一个区域。 那刚刚我们不是有打那个中间的
Okay,
首领吗？
hopefully you can remove the screen shake. The screen shake is annoying.
火花伊格努斯。那个
Yeah, I don't like the screen shake. I never like screen shakes. Hopefully can you remove it. Should be able to, because people will complain.
所以刚刚
有打的话，我们讲会比较好。
对
更多。
那大家还是不要错过哎。
对。
所以中间那个
强行进入，
有运气好的话，大家都还没打，可是运气不好还算是不好吗？如果是你看到的时候只剩下最后一个 BOSS，
对，
那打完了就
你拿到奖励值就
可是很方便，很方便。
Yeah, true. Like even though like if you do like random force in entry feeling, you might be put in last boss. But is it really a bad thing because you can just kill the last boss?
还是有兼顾平衡性的。
But then you miss loot for the beginning bosses, right?
说这个视角还是太远了，都是这个技能，就是这个技能就是这个亮。
What? I thought it's okay. Like she's saying that, is it possible for him to go closer just to see the ability? But I thought this is fine. If he go close, then he's gonna be flashbang. I think this is okay.
想要看更
Yeah, to see the effects, right? To see like the
操作
the battle effects.
我暂时
I thought this
介
is
绍
okay.
一下我们的
队友要介绍一下吗？
对，因为刚刚有玩家说想要看其他的
对其他的职业，好，我们这3位一起打副本。
Okay, they want to see other jobs also, other classes. So this guy is a Templar.
我们的帅气的
守护
星。
等一下，我坐下来的姿势为什么是那样子？好，
这个坐下姿势有点
好，很棒。
It's fine.
然后我看一下，这是谁？这是我们的
魔导星。哦。
Is it sorcerer or this spirit master?
大家都是跳一段舞哎。
对。
They are introducing their members
还有我们矮的
治愈
and their classes.
刚刚不是有玩家说体型就是要调最小吗？这就是最小，给大家看。
这是最小的。
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the smallest. So this is the smallest you can make a character. Yeah, like I said, dude, just put height, just put centimeters. Don't put 1 to 100. People wouldn't know.
治愈星的角色。
So this is the smallest character you can make.
为什么大家有的
对这个翅膀也是打任务的哦。
打任务可以获得翅膀哦。
This wings is not free pay to win. This is also a wings that you obtain.
游戏内是可以获得翅膀的，大家。
好
，free to obtain.
我们
还在跳。
对。进去。
我们要准备这个进入我们这个最终 BOSS 的领域了。
对。
Oh, boss is like a separate room.
熟悉的嘛，有一些玩过原作的。
I like bosses. I like bosses in common area. I like bosses in common areas because it's so easy that you can fuck it up and aggro stuff. You know what I mean? Someone tap target something, you got lazy, you didn't clear the room. You aggro extra mob. You know what I mean? I don't like bosses. I personally, I don't like bosses having their own arena. I prefer bosses in common area.
怎样？
为什么有些玩家想要近一点，有些玩家想要远一点？每个人想要都不一样，
很难符合大家。
上次之后你们自己玩，或者是你们申请 FGT。什么 FGT 精
英封
测，你们
自己申请自己调，怎么调都好。
对，而且其实视角可以按照。
The developer is like, you motherfuckers complain so much about this, complain about that. Why don't you guys just wait until the beta apply and play the game your fucking self? Shut the fuck up.
先过去。
好，我们开始。
我这个玩过好几次，我现在闭着眼睛也可以打。
哦，这是你说的哦。
对呀。
Wait, is that Kromede?
闭着眼睛也可以打。你们现在看不到我的眼睛吗？
平常就看不太到。
Oh, the charge skills. I love the fact that I step target. You want to know why I love tap target? Because tap target allow developers to make bosses like that. Because if the game is like Blade and Soul, for example, then they cannot make too crazy things. Because what is gonna happen is that you are gonna be like playing an FPS game. You're gonna be like tracking the boss always. You know, I don't think MMORPG players are looking for that as like a core gameplay. You know what I mean? So if you got tap target, you can make more crazy bosses. That's why tap targeting in that's why MMORPG are about tap targeting. Tap targeting is most important in MMO, right? So that you focus on your rotation, you focus on doing mechanics, you let the tap target and the auto targeting takes care of your rotation. You know, you don't need to worry about projectile travel. You don't need to worry about you are casting a spell. Does the meteor land before the boss flies away? No, right? Tap target, you cast a spell, the cast off, your projectile auto goes to the target. Like, it's very important. You know, so I'm glad that this game got tap target because Blade and Soul is a little bit tiring sometimes. Like, you have to track, you know? Especially PvP. So PvP having tap target is also very important. Yeah, because action mode PvP is not fun. It's not that fun, you know?
因为他有的时候突然瞬间移动的样子就飞过来就打。
好，各位，这个是在攻略我们的克罗梅德。
哦。
应该很
Oh
多
my
人。
god, why does Kromede look so evil now? I mean, she is evil.
视角问题，其实你们自己游玩的时候都可以按照自己的喜好调近或调远。
一般都是在那个他的后面打才对啊。
对啊。
就
对啊。
那样子伤害力比较高。
所以我们现在要进行这个第一阶段的这个。
这个是什么？
这个是这个火抗版。
我感觉他逃不过。
对，要小心哦。这个真的，哇，这个真的会很痛哎。
啊！等一下，哦，金鱼星
Man, this guy in Korean, this guy suck.
不是，我没有看到，我是闭眼。
大家刚刚这个等到你自己操作的时候就知道，其实不容易耶。
Okay, see, I think this answer, now that we finally watch gameplay, I think this answer a lot of questions. There's no way you play this shit on mobile. And by the way, this is only a dungeon boss. There is no way you play, there's no way. There's no way you do all this on mobile. And be efficient. This is a PC game.
我感觉好像也没那么轻松。
Yeah, of course, range is very relaxing.
坚持轻松。
Yeah, range is very relaxing.
那个伤害那边，
对，从后面攻击的话，相对来说这个伤害就比较高。
Yeah, you have to do
果然
back.
闭着眼睛过已经被。
You have to do back shots. You do a lot more damage on the
人
back.
家说好的闭着眼睛过，
说好的闭眼都能玩呢。
哦。啊！等一下，在地上你一起来是哪招
？Dude, just walk, man. Dude, this guy suck.
怎么那么好笑？哇，哎，等下，
不是说
治愈性。
I think Yoshi P is better than him.
治愈星，
谁说？
哦，治愈星的技能在这边可以复活队友，
你可以复活队友。
对，
但我还是想要讲，刚刚是谁说轻松松一下秒掉？
我不小心睁开眼睛的。如果一直
所以闭着就可以通过，睁开就会通过。
You're for normal dungeon. This looks amazing. Lots of VFX. Some people might not like it, but
今天比较细致吗？其实我们今天这个直播出去的画面呢，还是跟我们
Yeah, looks good, man. Looks good, man. First time watching the game, right?
也跟各位收看直播的这个设备有关系。你的荧幕呢，如果没有到达这个4K 的话
some people watching the stream is like, why is it so pixelated? Why is it only 60 FPS? Because, bro, when you watch a stream, you can only have this much bit rate and you can only have 60 FPS. What do you expect? Of course, it's gonna look different in game when you play with your PC. I mean, I don't blame them, right? Some of these people don't fucking watch streams, you know?
画面好像不是那么的完美。
而且如果是想看更
Yeah, if you really want to see how it looks like, you have to watch it in game yourself. You can't base it on the stream. But for a stream 60 FPS 1080p, this is amazing already.
之后可以就是锁定我们的官方频道，那我们也会把这个实际游玩的今天这个实际游玩的画面呢，我们
I think that one has to iframe dodge. There's no way you dodge that properly.
人家说想要看闭着眼睛。
韩国已经打完了吗？韩国打完了。韩国是
韩国为什么这么快
Bro, amazing.
打完了。
刚刚
Actually looks good.
然后现在看得到我们的这个奖励，
对，
也有
Where's reward?
奥德
哦，也有一些奥德。
Well, I don't clear all this.
这个应该是大家很熟悉的采集的一个。
Oh, gathering what? Aether?
啊，
来，什么事？
我们这次没有显示到那个骰子，因为 Aion
骰子，
嗯，
就是分配道具的时候，我们可以。
Oh,
因为
they
以后
didn't
有吧
showcase the
也有
they didn't showcase the loot
现在也有
rolling.
应该是没有掉到。
Yeah, where is the loot?
用骰子的那种道具。
Bro, is this like hard to get or something?
用骰子来分配道具的这个功能。
然后这个 out 的话，之前网购云做的应该知道，一直在天空上。
This Aether, yeah.
起飞可以采集。
You can only gather this Aether in the air in Aion
这
1.
么多，然后现在还有这个奖励哦，我们刚刚打了一个 boss 嘛，两个 boss 嘛，一个是
He missed one boss, right?
哦，他名字很长，然后另外一个是刚刚打的
克罗梅德欲望。
啊，我们打了这2只，所以我们可以拿到这2只的
奖励。
Okay, because he joined midway, so he can only get reward
可以拿到
for these 2 bosses.
对，刚刚说的很重要的部分。
对，都打的话呢，奖励会比较好。
那我看看，打开看看，这是裤子吗？
对
Shitty pants.
那我看看一下。
Item level decrease.
就是这边有显示说可刻印。
对。
如果还没刻印的话，就可以放。
Oh my god, the man, dude, that's mana stones.
刻印了。
That's
如果
mana
自己要穿
stone.
的话呢，就势必得刻印了。
刻印了就不能。
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the gacha. When you get your pants and you soul bind, you get a chance of getting the stats. Now, they talked about this before already. So this is the gacha here. This is the play loop here. You could get a good weapon. You could, like, for example, you could get a Bakama Spear. Now, obviously, this stats is obviously based on, if you're a DPS, this will give you DPS stats. If you're a tank, this will give you tank stats, obviously. But this is the gacha here. So let's just say you farm a dungeon and you got Bakama Spear. But you soul bind your Bakama Spear and you don't get the best stats. What's going to happen is that you need to farm another Bakama Spear. Now, I hope and I assume that the game will obviously either sell or let you farm re-rolling items. So that rather than farm a new one, maybe you farm items to re-roll. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I don't know. But they did mention that this Gamba system here, now you are going to get these stats. It's just how much more. You're not going to get a spell speed. You're not going to get a tenacity or something. It's fixed stats, but it's how much. You know, so I don't know whether we can re-roll or do we need to farm a new weapon? Do we need to farm another Bakama Spear? You know what I mean?
交易。
对啊，交易所的这个 menu 已经不见了。
对。
Once you soul bind, you cannot trade.
是这样子咯。然后，那离开一下。
Dude, you didn't open the second one.
大家觉得怎么样呢？我们
You didn't open the second one.
神殿，我们这个打副本的爽快感，不知道大家有没有体验到
You open the boss one.
那你们只要呢
Dude, this director is so lost.
直播，对我又要在很久没有提醒大家了，我们直播会公开的。
He didn't open the second loot.
最后
He didn't open the boss loot.
大家锁定我们直播，不要离开哦。
等一下，有人刚刚白龙王，对啊，白龙王有一些人知道吗？白龙王是制作的装备哦，我刚刚穿的是制作装备。
They don't want to show you loot system. You get spell speed of melee gear in 14 without orange.
有一定的了解啦。好啦，那不知道大家觉得怎么样？欢迎大家呢在聊天室留言给我们知道。那今天实际游玩的就到这边吗？就到这边了，好不好？
Not bad, not bad. Very impressive. Game looks good. Game runs good. Now, guys, look, we haven't played the game. We don't know how good the game is. No shit. This is a brand new game. Versus, say, WoW with 20 years. Versus, say, 14 with 12 years. Of course, we don't know. We cannot compare gameplay. We cannot compare stuff like that. But most important is to look at the first look. Is this game going to be enjoyable to play? Are you going to buy the game? Are you going to install the game? Are you going to go in and walk around? I do think that based on what I see, and obviously me, you know, I like Aion a lot. And, you know, we have been talking about Aion 2 for like 10 years. It's actually happening. And then it looks this good. I think worth the try, man. Definitely playing. Like, even without them showing this, 100% playing. But now the fact that they show it, that looks so good, man. That looks smooth. Okay, so they were playing the Korean version because they don't have the Taiwan version yet. There is a new information that just came in. Breaking news. Because this stream and the Korean stream is concurrent. So he just had the information from the Korean team that the Korean team just said that the in-game trading, the market bot, you can only transact with in-game currency. So initially, I think people were wondering whether you can like use paid currency to buy market bot. Now he just got news that the Korean just announced that the market bot is only in-game currency. So you cannot use crystal to buy market bot stuff. Yeah, so now he's explaining like, you know, usually in these type of games, like this type of free-to-play transactional games, usually you can buy in-game items with two currency, right? In-game currency and paid currency, right? But Aion 2 is you can only buy in-game items with in-game currency. Now, obviously, that doesn't say anything because in games like this, even if the market bot is only in-game currency, that doesn't mean anything because you just have to go through one more step, right? You use money, you buy crystal, you use crystal, you convert into gold, and then you use gold to the market bot. So it's the same thing. So he's saying something like, usually our company, the games that we make, usually we allow both type of currency to be used in the market bot. People think that it's more scummy. And then they are like, yeah, we are a scummy company. I guess we are a scummy company. So now they don't want to let you use paid currency for market bot. But like I said, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so that apparently will be another podcast in the future. This is the media tour, this is the media tour. Wow, you apply for a media tour. You don't let people with agenda to choose who to go to the media tour. You apply. Now, obviously, you select. Where can I sign up for Final Fantasy? Oh, wait, what? Yo, season. Apply, go and play the game, and then write a Google document and compare it to your Final Fantasy XIV experience. And then I will read it. And then me and Zeno will react to it. Write it very seriously. I represent Zeno and Arthars. They are the two Final Fantasy XIV streamer and gamer. Sadly, Zeno cannot fly to Taiwan. Sadly, Arthars cannot fly to Taiwan. And as their agent from chat, I would like to represent them and collect this information to be spread globally. Let me know what you think. Twitch.tv/XenoSysVax, YouTube/XenoSysVax, 100 over K subscriber. And if you want to throw me in there, you need to be very tactful, right? And combine with Arthars up to a total of 150K YouTube subscribers. Stuff like that, yeah. Fuck it, throw Mr. Happy in there also. And throw Zapla in there also, you know what I mean? Make it seem prestigious so that they invite you. Yeah. Good showcase. Yeah. Super excited. Fuck, it looks so good. Knowing that we are going to be playing this game next year or even year end, if I can somehow grab hold of a Taiwan account, it's gonna be good. Even the wizard messaged me. Look at what the wizard says. Wizard is unhinged, man. Bro, did you see I'm gooming right now? Tell Bald Eagle we have to do Aion 2 talk. Wizard want to do an Aion 2 podcast.